Rob's World.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Rob, and welcome to my tutorial for the Mini Origami Boomerang, which is based off my original popular Origami Boomerang tutorial. For my last few video polls, the Origami Mini Boomerang was at the top of the list with thousands of votes and also some comments saying they'd like me to make a new version of the original one since they were having trouble in certain parts and also getting it to work. So I think the Mini Origami Boomerang would be a great spin on the original one, and also I go through it in a lot of detail, especially some of the parts that I think people were having difficulty with. Like I mentioned in my original origami video, if you fold the mini one correctly and practice how to throw it, it'll fly great, as you'll see here. I even made a mini one for my 11-year-old nephew, and after some practice, he was able to catch it too, so check it out. Just like with the regular size one, you can even overlap two of them together and try to catch them at the same time. This requires a lot of practice, but if you get it, you'll definitely be able to impress your friends with this cool trick shot. With one piece of 8.5 by 11 letter size printer paper, you'll be able to make 4 Mini Super Boomerangs, but you can also follow along and make the regular one if you want to. So grab your paper and let's make it. Do you want to make it, Lila? To make the Mini Origami Boomerang, I'm going to split the paper into 4 equal sheets by taking the top edge of the paper, folding it down to the bottom, and then creasing along that edge. Then I run my fingernail against it, or if you want you could use scissors, but I'm going to open it up and split the paper in half just like that. Then I'm going to once again take the top edge and fold it down to the bottom, and then make a crease along that edge, and once again crease it with my fingernail, open it up, and then tear it in half, and then I'm ready to make the mini boomerang. If you'd like to make the regular size one, you could hold a piece of paper like this, fold it in half lengthwise, and then you can make a nice crease along the top and give it a good crease with your fingernail, open it up, tear it in half. Then you could follow along using the same directions I'm going to show you for the mini one. Starting out, we're going to take the top edge and fold it down to the bottom edge and try to line up the edges as neatly as possible, because neatness and also sharp creases is very important for this model. Once you line up the edges, then you can crease all the way across. And then once again, I like to just run my fingernail against it so that it's a nice sharp crease. Then when you open up the paper, you'll see we've divided the paper in half. And we're going to take the top and bottom edges and fold it directly next to the line, leaving a little bit of space. And I'll tell you why in a second. So just take the top edge, fold it down directly next to the line, leaving about 1 millimeter of space. So just about that much space right there. And the way I do that is I just fold it down and press, and then just work my hand across, making sure that it's about even all the way across. And then I just crease it like that, and do the same the other direction. Then once again, I just make the crease nice and sharp, so it looks something like this. Then flip it over and do the exact same thing, folding the edge down and leaving a teeny bit of space between the edge and the middle line. Then once again make another sharp crease. And the reason that we left a little bit of space is because we're going to eventually fold these two edges together, and if they're too close you'll see that they'll get crumpled up and not fold in half. Once your paper looks like this, then we can take the left side and we're going to fold it across to the right side like this. Line up these two edges now, and then just hold them here, and we're just going to basically just tug in here a little bit to round it off, and then we could just squeeze on this edge here and crease it down. Just once, go over it with your fingernail. Now that we have something like this, holding the open edges on the bottom like this, we're going to fold these two corners in like an airplane directly on this middle vertical line. Just take it, and you can just round it off a little like that, and fold it down so that this edge on top is directly on that line, just like this. And when you do that, you'll see that the bottom might become a little misaligned, so just try to make sure that they stay aligned when you do that, and then you can make sure that that crease on top is nice and firm. So just press down on it like that. And then do the same with the other top corner. Just round it off a little, fold it down, and then just press on it. And then, once again, just go over it one time with your fingernail. So we have something like that. Then we can unfold these two top corners, and you'll see that we made those two creases right there. We're just going to take these corners and fold them backwards on that same crease. We're just going to take it and press back like this on that same crease we just made, And if you want, you'll see that it will line up with the back vertical line too. So just press on it like that and crease it one time with your fingernail, and then do the same with this one. Just fold it backwards on that diagonal crease we made, and then just crease it. Then you could open up the two corners. Once again, making sure the open edges are on the bottom, we're just going to hold it on the left side of this vertical line like this. And we're going to take these two edges on the right, and we're just going to pull them apart like this at the top. And what you're going to do is you're just going to press down on this corner into the middle of the paper. When you do that, you'll see a little triangle form, and we're just going to press on this vertical line in the middle of the triangle. And then we could just take these two corners and bring them together, and then just press on it right here. Do the same with the left side. Just hold it on the right side of the paper now. Open up these two edges. Once again, when you see that triangle, just take your finger and press in the middle, and then take these two edges and bring them together like that. And then once again, we're just going to crease on that new fold that we just made. So now you're ready to move on to the next part. At this point, we're now going to open everything by taking this edge and just lifting it up and just gently pulling on everything. And what we're going to do now is take these two top corners and we're going to airplane fold them in, just like we did before with these. So we're just going to take it so that this edge is matched up with this one that we folded in previously by folding it like this, rounding it off, and lining it up, and then making a crease like that. Do the same with the other edge. The corner goes all the way in like that, and it should be pretty symmetrical with the right corner. Then we can once again just make a nice crease on both of them, and then we could unfold them. Now we're going to take the left side of the boomerang and we're going to fold it in half. And then once we fold it in half, we're going to take the bottom corner here, the bottom left corner, and fold it up like this so that this bottom edge is all the way on the right. So just fold it up like that, and once it's all the way on the right, then you can just give it a pinch and then crease it nicely here as well. Then you can unfold it, and then we're going to open everything up again. So just take the edge that we folded on top and then just open everything up and flatten it out. And as you'll see, the two creases that we made on top are pointed upwards like that, and the two creases on the bottom are also pointed upwards towards the middle like that also. Now we're going to take the right side and we're going to unfold it. And this is the part where some people I think had a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to just draw on this diamond to make the folds I'm going to do a little bit easier to see. So I've drawn on the diamond here, and as you'll see, the dotted lines represent valley folds where we're going to fold upwards like this, and the solid lines represent mountain folds where it's going to be folded downwards. So we're just going to take the top edge here, and I'm going to just push it down and hold it here with my left thumb. What that does is it lifts up the diamond so that this edge is now sticking straight up like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my right thumb right on this triangle, which is the top of the diamond on the back side. I'm going to put it right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to push on the triangle so that this line winds up right on this edge. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to push it so that line goes right to the edge like that, you see? And what that does is it actually makes a mountain fold right where I drew that line. Once again, all I'm doing is just closing the top, pushing on this triangle on the back, and pressing it up against the paper like that. And then I'm going to just push right here and make a crease. Then all I'm going to do is to just hold it like this, and you'll see we have another triangle, which is the bottom of the diamond. I'm just going to take my left thumb, and I'm going to put it right in here, and I'm just going to press this triangle also where my thumb is against the paper that way. So just take it, and then just press it like this. And then all I'm going to do is to flatten everything out. There you go. Now we're ready to move on to the next part. What I'm going to do now is just fold down this edge of the paper here. So I'm going to fold it down like this and press it. Then I'm going to take the top edge right here, and I'm also going to fold it down. Now when I do that, what you want to happen is this little triangle right here, you want it to lift up. So I'm going to actually put my finger in here and just lift this up and kind of just press on this horizontal fold right here like that. This one was folded down, now I'm going to fold this one. And as you'll see, it's kind of lifting up that little triangle right there. So I'm going to fold this one down now also. And what it did was it took this triangle and it actually kind of folded it down to the left right there, as you'll see. All right, so I'm just going to take my finger, press on that corner, and once again, I'm just going to flatten everything out. Now what I'm going to do is, as you'll see, we have a little bit of a pocket right in that corner. We're going to take this corner, all right, that we previously pushed against the paper, and I'm going to round it off a little bit, and it's going to go right into that pocket. So this whole edge is going to get folded on top, except for this corner, which is going to go in here. All right, so we're going to basically start from the corner, round it off like this, and tuck it into that little pocket right there. Once it's in that pocket, I'm just going to push and work my finger in there. And what I do is I kind of just slide the paper like this at the corner. See, I'm just kind of sliding it in, and that allows me to flatten everything out here. So once it's worked in there, then all you need to do is to flatten it out. And again, I'm sliding the paper like this between my fingers so that the edges go close. You might not see them go edge to edge, but that's okay. Once you have it like that and you're able to flatten everything out and the corner's in there, then all you need to do is, once again, just put it on the table and press down. Now all we need to do is to interlock the corners. So we're going to start with the one on the upper right here. So just hold it like this, lift it up, and open these two edges. Now, as you'll see, these are the two corners that we previously airplane folded in. We're going to open up the right edge here, okay? And as you'll see, there's 2 layers of paper. Now, once again, we're also going to reverse fold this corner here, just like we did with the corners once we airplane folded them. So just opening up these two, and I'm going to press on this corner here like this, so that you see a triangle, and then press it right into the middle like that. And you'll get this little tab or flap right here, just like that. All right, so just opening it and pressing in there like that, and then I'm going to take this flap and flatten it against the paper. Now when you do that, just be careful that this corner doesn't pop out. So I'm going to flatten this edge back down like this, and then you'll see we have a little pocket here. I'm going to open this pocket, and I'm going to tuck this corner in. So I'm going to round off this corner like this and tuck it right into that pocket like that. And work your finger and press it in there. And once it's all the way in, then all you need to do is to flatten it out. All right, and then you can make a nice sharp crease with your fingernail. So that's one corner, and that was the upper right one. Okay, we're going to work on this one. And it opens up the other way. So I'm just going to go like this and open up these 2 edges. Now you'll see we only have 1 layer of paper here, where on the other side it was 2 and 2. So there's 1 on the left and 3 on the right. But you're going to pretend that these 2 pieces here are stuck together. This is just 1 sheet. Pretend that it's just 1. So you're going to open it up like this, and once again we're going to tuck this corner into the middle like this. Then we're going to press right here on this crease. Push this in, press on this crease, and pinch it. Then you get another flap that you can just kind of flatten against the paper. Then once again, just close the edge like this. Then you can open up this pocket, round off the corner, tuck it in, work it all the way in there, and make a nice sharp crease. And there you go, you finished the boomerang. Now this is actually the back of the boomerang or the bottom of the boomerang, so we're going to flip it over like this, and this is how it's going to be thrown, like that. Alright, so congratulations, you finished all the folds for making the boomerang. Let's move on to how to throw it. As I mentioned at the end of the tutorial, you want to make sure that we have this little corner that we tucked in on the bottom of the boomerang like this, and this is the top. And you're going to hold it like this so that it looks like a backwards L with this top corner slanted downwards like this, while this bottom one slanted upwards to the left like that. Then you're going to put your pointer on the top angle like this, and your thumb here with the rest of your fingers like that, and you're just going to flick it outwards, angling it up a little bit, maybe at like a 25-30 degree angle like that, while flicking your wrist out and letting it roll off the tip of your finger. It's very important that you throw it exactly like I showed, like this. If you try to throw it upside down, positioned like this, then it's basically just going to hit the ground. So you can't throw it like this. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up or a like down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell. I definitely recommend that you guys make more than one of the mini boomerangs because you'll find that some will fly better than others. Also, you need to practice for a little bit by flicking your wrist and throwing it out like that and giving the boomerang a nice spin. If you do want to film yourself throwing it and catching it and doing some trick shots, leave me a comment below or a link to your video and I'll check it out and might feature it in my next video. I did go on a trip out of the country back in July and I had about $5,000 worth of stuff stolen, my cameras and my laptop. But I did get a new camera and I did get a new laptop here, so thankfully that's taken care of. I'm able to make some videos now, so looking forward to it. I was thinking of making a mini super boomerang video where I show how to tape two of them together and throw it like I did on my other channel. The only thing is I found out it doesn't work as well with the mini boomerang, but it does work, so I was thinking of doing that. Or I was also thinking of doing a left-handed boomerang tutorial, so let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.